I think it's recording. Vanessa, what time is it right now?
Oh, you unplugged it.
No, he's supposed
it's
to.
part of the act. What time? 10? Well, I can get...
10:00.
Okay. So I think I didn't write this down, but I think y'all need the backstory that generally I do comedy, but I type out a big elaborate story, and it's really nerve-wracking for Vanessa because it goes too long. So I only have this time, but we're super short on time, so I might not even make it through this page. This is an outline form. Okay, and the last disclaimer for a while is Vanessa, I'm gonna make fun of you a little bit. I'm sorry. It should make you feel better though. When I woke up this morning, I don't know if anybody here has ever taken too much of something and you feel like you're gonna throw up a cat. That's how I felt. But I was gonna for anyone but you, Vanessa, I would have backed out of the drive, but I didn't. So anyway, when the curator of this event asked me to perform, she contacted me through text message and said, "So Michael, as you know, the next variety show's coming up, and we'd like to have you on. But, usually you do comedy or storytelling, and, the theme of the show is to go outside your comfort zone. And I was hoping that this time you would go outside your comfort zone." Now, my first reaction to this was that I was offended. I was thinking to myself, how is it when I mine the most embarrassing and devastating parts of my personal history and then sit in front of a computer and transform it into comic gold? That's not comfortable. I'd rather be outside in the sun, out in front of the computer doing that. But then the other thing I was thinking is I live in Oregon now. I've been working on this recording project. All the songs are about girls I used to know. And it's emotionally and physically exhausting. I'm tired. It takes 6 hours to drive here. I can't do this show. So I tried to compose a text that would encapsulate both my rage and also get me out of the show. So I texted back, "Vanessa, I got it. I totally agree I should go outside my comfort zone. So how about on stage, I have a loving, committed, long-term relationship?" She texted back, "That's perfect." So I found myself in a bind. I didn't know how I could do that in an authentic way on stage. I don't have a lot of sample space to draw upon. In fact, I think it will go a little bit like this. "So Michael, you were really charming and good looking in a quirky kind of way at first. And you've proven yourself over the past several months to be actually way more responsible and organized than I would have thought. So we're moving in together. And I've gotten some paint samples from the paint store. And they're pastels, and I'm thinking a lot of yellow. A lot of yellow. How do you feel about that? Are you excited?" "Yeah. Bye. Forever." I'm not really that mad at it. I got a lot of friends that have to paint their things yellow, and I love them, and it's fine. I just have learned from experience, whenever I get unsolicited painting advice, it's a disaster. You fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, somebody's got to die. So for some people here, see, that's a perfect example. Like, that was funny. For some people here, that was uncomfortable. This is going better than I expected. I want to get to the end because the end is uplifting and not so sarcastic and angry, but I don't know. We'll see. So, loving, committed relationship. Somebody's got to die. Yeah, so that first relationship ended first. I have had a lifelong, loving, committed relationship with my grandmother, sort of, except for whenever she calls me on the phone. Every time, like a ticking clock, it's a matter of time that it happens, she asks me, Michael, when are you going to get married? And she's a Christian woman, and I want to communicate on her level. And I really feel this with my whole heart. Y'all aren't going to believe me. I think I'm being sarcastic. I'm serious. I respond to her. I say, well, Grandma, you know, I really just feel like it's out of my hands. It's in the Lord's hands. To which she always replies, Michael, you're full of shit. Which is not fair. Like, Grandma, how's the God that like tricks you into not liking black people and gay people and like letting Wells Fargo steal all the money and all this kind of stuff have time to do all that, but when it's time to help me wife somebody, he's just too busy? It's fucked. Fuck your God, Grandma. I didn't really say that. But, no, I really did say this one time, and it went over even less well than I think that would have. I was like, Grandma, it's like this. Have you ever seen that show, Planet Earth, where David Attenborough eats like 100 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches while he's narrating nature scenes? And there's one part where they're in the jungle, and they're talking about how tree frogs procreate. And the men frogs are high up in the jungle's canopy. And the women frogs are a strategic amount lower down in the canopy of the jungle. And the lady frogs are sitting on leaves. And the men frogs just jump out of the tree. And David Attenborough is explaining this in between bites of his peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And the men frogs fly through the air. And if they land on the lady frog, they get married and have babies. And if they don't, they die. David Attenborough really doesn't explain that, but I like to think it because I'm romantic.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, that's God. That's God. And yeah, I didn't punctuate it that way, but she didn't like that story. So I was thinking about it.
That's fine.
I was thinking about it. And I didn't say this to her either because I haven't talked to her in a long time. My mom says she's too deaf to hear now, which is sad, but I gotta give her a call. Run this last theory by her because I think it's foolproof. Like, Grandma, every time you call, you ask me when I'm gonna get married. Like, what am I supposed to say to that? I'm not married. I don't even know how I feel about it. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Let's just really break down what you're saying. It's as if, like, every second Tuesday of the month for the past 20 years, I'm walking down the street, and I come to a corner, and I see across the street a beautiful girl. Beautiful girl. I can see in her eyes she's intelligent, but she has a fiery sense of humor. And she walks athletically and balletically across the street, approaching me in a direct line, stands in front of me. It's as if we haven't seen each other in 1,000 years, but we knew each other for 1,000 years before that. She looks me into my eyes and says, "Let's do this." And I say, "I'm busy." That's never happened, Grandma, not even once.
Some shit.
What time is it? I mean, no. I guess that's a good place to end, but I got.
Yeah, another 5 minutes.
we're not gonna get to the happy ending. No, it's okay. It's okay. I like that. Yeah. Well, this next part's about my mom. Whenever anybody in my family asks me to speak at a funeral or a wedding, she's always like, you gotta get a haircut. And not like a fake haircut, like a real haircut. And shave. And don't say anything like horrible that's gonna embarrass and offend everyone. And don't wear some ratty clothing. Get a suit. Get 2 suits. Get them both pressed. And I'm like, Mom, this doesn't really make sense to me. How come like all dead people and people getting married have the most complicated plans when they want to hire a preacher for their ceremony? They think to themselves, let's get this guy who usually has long hair and sometimes doesn't shave, who's very brilliant but says some off-the-wall stuff. And he doesn't have very good formal attire, probably because he spends so much of his time becoming a brilliant entertainer. Let's hire him to be the preacher at the wedding, and then hope that his mom and his sisters, who his mom like super guilted into doing it, convince him to shave, get a haircut, new clothes, not be ugly, and to say some really middle of the road shit. Mom, I don't think dead people and people getting married or this isn't, an Inspector Gadget cartoon. It's a simple plan. I have like 2 minutes now. I got through a lot of this. Okay, so this is the last thing. I gotta combine 2 things. So I work in a farm now. I drove down there from there today. I work for this dude named Kenny. He's got a baby named Phaedra. Kenny is a dear friend. He's obnoxious. He gives me a lot of shit. And he likes Star Wars. So instead of calling his baby Phaedra, I call her Darth Phaedra. Or Lord Phaedra. And he was having me fix this stove the other day. And the stove has like asphyxiated me like 9 times, so I was already pissed. And then he's giving me shit the whole time, like, don't use that screwdriver, you're gonna strip it. Don't use that screwdriver. You know what my dad always said? The right tool for the right job. And I was like, Ken, that's weird, because that's what your mom always says to me. The whole time he's holding this baby in his arms, and he looks at the baby really tenderly and he says, Phaedra, Michael thinks Grandma's a whore. Anyway, right after that he was like, Michael, watch the baby. So he puts the baby in the front seat of a pickup truck that's parked out in front of this barn where I live in, and tells me to watch it. And a baby picks up a set of binoculars, and she's looking at him. I'm like, dog, you're not even looking through the right end. And she's looking through the wrong end. And I look over the barn, and there's a beautiful moon rising over the barn. And I was like, Lord Vader, give me the glasses. I want to look at the moon. And she's like, mine. And I'm like, come on, Lord Vader, give me the glasses. I want to look at the moon. Mine. And so then I concocted a scheme to get her to give me the glasses. I had on my technology phone a Buster Keaton movie where he was like parkouring up a building. And I was going to snatch them when she became mesmerized. And she started watching it, and I was like, Phaedra, that's me. I was a silent film star before I was your nanny. Yeah. You want to watch more? Gotta give me the glasses, dog. And she starts pointing at the roof of the barn. Roof, roof, roof. I was like, no, I'm not going to climb on the roof. That's against your dad's rules. And I hear from in the barn, no, Michael, climb up on the roof. Phaedra, give him the glasses after he climbs up on the roof. And it was super dangerous. It was a ridiculous thing to ask. Plus the fact this baby is no longer attended. So I'm climbing up this to get on top of the roof. And I get on top of the roof, and I'm sitting there. And Kenny sprints out and he jumps in the car and looks at me through the binoculars and says, "Hey, rock star, you can't always get what you want." And he peels out and drives away. And I think, yeah, there's a whole other anecdote that ties it all together, but I think that's probably
Keep going.
where we should end it.
No. Is it a 2-minute anecdote?
Yeah, it is.
2-minute anecdote.
Yeah.
Let me go compress it into 2 minutes. Why don't you take a deep breath? Look, it's like 9 bullet points down into 2. Thank you all for sticking around. I really appreciate it being so generous and kind, and thank you, Vanessa, for having me. Okay, so I skipped a bunch of stuff, but basically, one of the bits I skipped from the Phaedra thing is every morning when I go in the house to see what my jobs would be for the day, she's standing at the table drinking a bowl of cereal like this, inevitably, and I walk up to her and I say, "Lord Phaedra, only you could be so bold." Which is a Princess Leia reference, if y'all don't know. And then, after I climbed up on the roof, I said I wanted to tell a story that will redeem all the people in the story so far. And I told a story about this girl, one of the girls in that song of recordings. Her name was Tia, and I met her at a party, a crazy party. People were breaking bottles in their head and jumping off the deck onto a trampoline. It was going off. The music was super loud, and she was standing on top of a butcher block, and like she was the best dancer and so beautiful, just like the one every second Tuesday of the month girl, basically. And I was like, I must now. So I walked up to where she was, and I said, "Hey." And I was like 18, so I was even dumber than now. She goes, "I'm a pole dancer, hippie. If you want to look at me, you got to put money on the table." And I was like, "I don't have any money." She's like, "Well, you can't look then, hippie. My pimp will kill you." And I was like, "You said you're a pole dancer and I'm a prostitute. A pole dancer doesn't have a pimp." And she said, "Hey, why is it that hippies think they know about every single industry? This isn't a patchouli plant. This isn't a sandal factory." Now, what you gotta know is, like, I went to school with this girl for like all the way through elementary school. We're now both like 17 and 19, or around those ages. Would never talked to her in my life before, and she's doing this routine, and right at the end of it, the police came in, and they were clearing out everybody was scattering and running, and she's still standing on the butcher block, and I was like, "You should go out with me tomorrow." And the police were like, "Hey, you, come here," to me, and they were doing the thing they do. I don't know if in Maryland they walk like this. And I turned around, he was like coming in the kitchen, and I was like, "Hold on a minute, man, I'm doing something really important." And he didn't like that at all. And I remember his arm reached out, and he picked up his pace across the room, and this girl like dropped her veneer, and she goes, "Michael, run." And I ran, and I wound up having like the closest I ever had to a long-term relationship with this girl. So now you got a picture of me back, stranded on the roof, and I'm like, man, I can't finish this Vanessa Verlee comedy routine, super ad hoc as it is, trying to redeem everybody. Plus the fact I'm trying to think of something to yell at Kenny as he drives away that would be insulting. Plus fit in with the themes of this show so far. Tia, You never let me down. You helped me come up with something that will do it. And I'm just staring at the moon, and she appears, silhouetted by the moon, standing on a butcher block, with her long blonde hair and danishes on the side of her head, wearing a white cloak. And she looks into the camera and says, "The more you tighten your grip, the more star systems will slip through your fingers."
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to the very, very kind and generous people of SF Mime Troupe. And amazing women. We're here all day with high schoolers doing a drama practice for a theater production they're doing in a couple weeks. And so we're going to honor the fact they've been here all day by clearing out relatively quickly. So thank you. We'll hopefully do this again in the fall. If you want to submit, if you have something that you want to do in the variety show, I have some cards out there. You can leave your email. If you want to know about upcoming events, you can leave your email there too. Thank you so much. I love you all. Thank you.
You guys are cool too.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Jerome. Do you want me to help you load out? Yeah?
Back it up. I'm gonna wait for. I feel like I should wait for them to get that out first.
Okay.
That was amazing. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
That was bullshit that they couldn't show it. I just came up. I wanted to scream out, but I didn't have. I was like, you already have a microphone. I was like, if I start screaming out. That was. Right, they should like drive. So I worked that.
Oh, yeah.
Good. That's crazy. Yeah. We're just talking about when we do this tour and make like a tour of it somehow.
Yeah, if you don't want, if you want to put a chair away, that would be great. It's really nice to meet you. I hear about you a lot, actually. I cried a lot.
Even the same people. Is it a space or is it like a...
It's like their practice space. But, you know, you've got things.
Yeah. And if there's something they do shows out there.
They probably do workshops and like impression
Let's keep kicking that for you. Let's keep moving over there. Cool. What are you doing now?
Party at Bob's house, I hear.
Who?
Bob Thayer, you know him?
Cool. I know Thayer, but I don't know Bob Thayer. What's the story?
He lives near Dolores Park.
Okay.
And he used to be in that band Rad Cloud.
Okay.
2 minutes.
So what are you guys thinking?
I don't know. If you were up to hang out, we'd grab a drink with you. Otherwise, I'd take my lady home and kiss her face.
Well, that was great. Yeah, good to see you too.
Hopefully in the springtime we'll see you again.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, when are you going back? Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Wow.
Alright, thank you. Good to see you. Bye, Jesse. Good to see you. I haven't been eating all day, so me and
Jesse Wolf.
the other Jesse next to her are supposed to like go get food and bring it to Bob's house was the plan.
All right. Who's the other Jesse? Male or female?
If you guys, where did you park?
We're taking a cab. We're just gonna. We're going light tonight.
If you want to, well, where are you staying? Your house or Richmond?
If you were up for a drink, we'd get a drink. I probably won't go to a party tonight.
I was gonna say that my car is at 24th Alabama.
It's my house.
Right. We could get a drink right there, and then you guys could go anywhere, and then I could drive to Bob's.
Can we do that? All right. Yeah. If you feel like you gotta go too, that's fine.
Yeah, it gives me a good impetus to get moving. I don't think so. I don't. I'm traveling late today. Thanks so much, John. Hey, what's up?
We're late, but we want to see you, so.
Oh, I really appreciate you guys coming.
We were far, but
It's good to see you. You too. I videotaped it. I ever heard of videotaping?
Great!
Yeah.
probably, hopefully good.
I'm always a fan of your performances at the shows.
Thanks.
I feel like I've seen the last 2 variety shows.
Yeah. This one was a little bit less composed and engineered. It was more like improvisation, but it went okay. Over okay. I feel relieved. Yeah. I could have easily been a disaster.
I'm glad you're glad you weren't. Yeah, the grandma. I really like the grandma.
Are you guys gonna go to Bombs? Are you calling it a night?
We want to know what you're saying. Can we go to both?
Brian wants to get a drink by my car real fast. I was gonna get a drink there, then go to Bob's. If you guys want to skip that and then just go straight to Bob's, fine. Or I'm gonna go get a drink.
I would love to get a
I would love to get a drink. But we could hang out just us three and you can hang out.
Good to meet you.
And then we could all caravan park together. Yeah, over there. So where is the spot?
24th and Alabama is where my car is. He'll know about, or one of y'all know about it right there. Then one drink there, and then drive to Bob's.
Sounds great. 24th and Alabama.
I'm walking there as soon as I put this stuff in this bag.
Next to
That's what she was so good.
That's all I want to do.